Well, what's up, you ignorant pigs? Welcome to the stream. I'm going to wait for some sound confirmation from the audience to make sure that we're actually live and that everything is working wonderfully before we begin. But before we start, um, while I was off of work yesterday, I cleaned the entire house. I did a deep clean. Not the entire house, but I really went hard at the house cleaning. I even cleaned my room. As they'd like to see. What's up, Surecast? So I did get a little bit of time to paint yesterday. Not much, because I must have cleaned for 4.5 hours, 5 hours right after my workout. I cleaned until 1, from about 8 p.m. to about 1 p.m. That's about how long I cleaned. What's up, Evil Abe? Wargame 314, how are you guys doing? So I finally got this Rukkatrukk squig buggy done, and I kind of like how it turned out. Definitely can't wait to get my other two, and they'll be a little bit easier now that I have a set formula. And also, not to mention, I'll be able to have the components more taken off and everything like this. This wasn't there before. And hey, what's up, Ultimate Warrior? I got your knob right here. He's right here. I was just trying to put the metal on him before stream began. What's up, Ray 13? How's everyone doing today? Mr. Dynamite looks good. I know it's this one turned out really good. I can't wait to do the other two, like I said, and it'll be a little easier because I won't have as many of the components on it. And this one's probably going to be the flagship one. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do to differentiate the other two, but yeah, this is just one of those awesome models. I'm going to clear coat it today after the stream and everything. And, got some work done. I've been playing around with, what do you call it? What have I been playing? The Photoshop program GIMP. And I wonder if I can actually upload something into stream for everybody to see here. Hold on, let me see if I can upload that picture. Hold on, I want to see something. We're going to plus something into here. An image. Oh, wait a minute here. Well, dang it, it doesn't make source visible. All right, I'm going to cancel that. That won't work. Let me see if I can pull one up from browser source. Nope. No way to feed it into OBS without knowing the file name, so never mind on that. So, that's about it. So, all that aside, things are good. So let's just start in on these knobs, and if anybody has anything they'd like to talk about, I am watching the chat. Finally made it for a lot. Well, good of you. Oh, you've moved back to Colorado. Well, that's awesome. Is it cold there? That's what I want to know, because we're finally getting some weather that kind of looks like what do you call it? It's 36 degrees outside. I will take it. Versus the 16 degrees that we got down to earlier this week a couple of times. Hopefully we don't get any snow. So I was just, like I said, I was working this guy. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take some wash on the ones that have gotten the white paint and everything. We're just going to do a little bit of wash. And this is just brown wash from Vallejo. Nothing special. Moron Obscuro dark brown wash. And we're just going to put that over the bases of the Orks real fast. And the other one I'm just doing traditionally because I didn't have the time to fully, how do I say this, to fully, what do you call that, fully get it all done and ready up. So let's just hurry up and trowel this garbage on. I wanted the model, the one model that's black, to be ready for the stream, and I wasn't sure how quickly the white was going to mess around with me and everything. There we go. Oh, Okay, let's hurry up and just track all this goop on. I'm gonna do this wash phase as quickly as possible on the bases, and I'm not gonna hold it up. I just want it to be right there next to where I'm pulling the paint from, so I can just get this over with. Because I'm gonna do a couple of things to the one that's black to catch them up to the other ones. It's working swimmingly though. Getting that good coverage. This will make the brown stick to it like a fly to shit. So it'll just go a little bit faster. What's up, Tipsy? Heard you got your shirt. I'm glad that's working out. Let me do an announcement real quick. I've shipped 3 T-shirts already, and there's 2X still there. I have to go through on Patreon and find out whose shirts I haven't shipped yet, but I am getting around to shipping the shirts. The shirts themselves, they are $34 with via PayPal plus shipping, and you can only live in the lower 48 to get those shirts. And so, yeah, I was surprised how fast it got there. I don't God, I think I sent that shit on Monday, and that only took 5 days. You got lucky, man. So, yeah, but he had already, this was before, this was when I thought like international ship would be like $20. It wasn't going to be a big deal, but no, it's tripled the rate, but at least it got there. And then, so if you live in the 48, lower 48, and you want to support the channel, you can order a shirt, or you can just join the T-shirt tier, and after 6 months, you'll get a free shirt. Shipping, of course, applies though. So yeah, I've got to ship out 3 more of those. I've got another guy who's joined on there. I've got his shirt ordered, and so hopefully I can work up some money and get a couple of those shirts in stock, so that I just have them on hand. But I can't just randomly order the size, because um, you know you don't know what shirt size everyone is. You could be a skinny dude and you wear extra large for some reason. So I want to be careful there. All right. So then I've got that done. Let's just start in on this guy's flesh. I've got all his metal done. He's going to have black pants. I got to take a look at my other knobs real fast. All right. We got to take a look at these other guys. All right, so what we've got here is we've got one knob with a big choppa, and he's got brown pants. So he's going to go in 1 unit. We got a knob with a big choppa. This is Black Reach era. And he's got black pants. He's going to go in another unit. So this is how I'm going to differentiate the units. So let's see here. We got another knob here. He's got black pants. All right, that's cool. He's going to go in the same unit with the black pants. So I've got 2 knobs here. These are actually the old school metal knobs. I really like these models. Just these guys, they've got the power claws. They've got brown pants, so they're going to go in the unit on the right. All right, so that means I need 3 guys with black pants, and it's going to be these power claw boys. And then... which will work out, and then we'll do 2 guys with brown pants, and this guy will have to have black pants because he's got the scorcher for the other unit. There we go. And that's how I'll differentiate between the unit. Holy cow, a lot of people showed up today. Give me a second to moderate the chat here. Yeah, again, well hung and dung. Remember, when you're sending messages, you can't use words like Mexican, because YouTube is gay. And that's just, they have to censor speech in a First Amendment country. I know. Do I want some grots? Yeah, if you've got some grots, I'll take them. Yeah, let's see. So I have a friend who's doing who did a Teespring, and he made some shirts that are kind of, I'm wearing one right now. They're just kind of game related, and he's gracious enough to allow me to buy them at cost, but it takes a while to get here. And then, like I said, shipping being what it is, I can only do a priority bag around the United States and the lower 48 and stuff like that. So if you're in Europe, I feel for you, you know. So there is that, you know. It's just, and then I have to worry about it not getting into Europe. But apparently the postal system still works. So I found that out today. What do I think about the Ork starter box? Is that the Combat Patrol or the? I think they only have the Combat Patrol. Be more specific, well hung and dung. So many knobs. Yeah, you want to see some knobs? You guys want to see some shit? Right here. Let me get this in the frame. You want to talk about knobs? That's 18 mega knobs right there with just the bulk of my. I'm using these guys in my Goth army right now. I'm bringing as many mega knobs as I can, and it's kind of effective. I fought World Eaters last week with these guys. Almost all of them. I had 15 of them on the board. And those World Eaters ain't no joke either, man. They are quick. They're kind of like playing Bretonia for 40K. But yeah, 18 Mega Knobs. I was thinking about bringing some boys. I just kind of had an idea for a list that I wanted to do that was Goth. And I was like, how am I gonna go and fight the Red Angel? Well, Gazcool Maggle Thraka is only gonna fight with the biggest and the best. So yeah. Oh well, I guess they will let you say Mexican. It went back. I know, it's okay. I guess I was wrong about that. I've been on a lot of streams where people couldn't use that. What's up, historical doppelganger? John, hello. And let's see, some of the postal services. Okay, some of the postal services in Europe are on strike. That sucks. Everyone's going to be on strike the way things are going, you know. It got missent to Vietnam. Jeez Louise. What's up, Shadow and Sun? How you doing? All right, so some of this wash has had time to dry. Again, I'll be watching chat. But, you know, I want to get some of this stuff done. So let's, like I said, I was going to start on the flesh of this old homeboy here. And we're just going to use WA flesh. I always default to the easiest color. And we're going to get some of this out here on the brush. Of course, we've got to lick some of it out there. Let's see how I'm going to come in. We're just going to come in and we're going to really hurry up and get this flesh on him. Because, you know, working through the pile of shame. What do you call it? Rukkatrukk had been like a flea on my backside for way too long. So I'm really glad I got it done. I'm going to get these knobs done. And then I'm going to go back to Conquest, last argument of Kings for a little while. Then I got to get some Macedonians out and painted. Just a few of them. Because I need to mitigate that pile of shame. It's not like the Macedonians I was sent by DM James. God bless that man, by the way. That he didn't want, you know. I have to begin working on just a little bit. Make sure I get some of the. Make sure that I mitigate that pile. I don't know how many of them I'm going to get to. I do know that if I do anything else 40K related, I'm probably going to commission the workout because there's a couple of things that I want to do, but I haven't decided what I'm going to buy for my orcs just yet. And so I need to be in other places. I want to make sure I get the what do you call it? I want to get my Butterfingers. Ugh. I want to get ready for 30K painting stuff. You know, I want to get my fists out on the table. I want to get ready for 30K because I don't know how good 10th edition's going to be. You know, if they dumb down the game anymore and just like You know, it's funny, they dumb down the game and then there's more rules than and nuances than ever before. I really wish they would go back to the old weapon skill versus weapon skill and strength versus toughness chart, and everything tops out at 10, and then get rid of mortal wounds and modifiers to hit. No more modifiers to hit and mortal wounds. It's like for shooting. So it's like if you hit on threes, you hit on threes. If you hit on fives, you hit on fives. If you can't see the body of the model, you can't shoot the model that you want to shoot at, you know. Just give me a second to catch him up. I need to really catch this old home skillet up. And then we'll work some pants. So this is the third guy with black pants. All right, I think we got it. By George, I think we got it. All right, done. All right, let's see the bulk of my... Okay. Oh, no problem. I'm always here to help people out. If I catch you live while I'm working, I'll definitely tune in. I was able to catch Hungar, the Starvarian, a couple times live, and when I was, like I said, when I was sick, I was able to watch a couple DM James videos. So I'm going to start to tune in more to other people's channels so I can just sort of watch and listen, you know, because it's boring. My job is really boring. I'll use Gundams, huh? Okay. Yeah, I like DM and Hungar. They're pretty funny. So let's see here. We got two claw boys that need black pants. All right, so we're just going to use USAF real quick because I've already washed the pants, but USAF will be good enough because I can put a little ink on it. But let's hurry up and we'll give them brown boots and black pants. And you can just see what that wash does. It just gets clingy. It gets clingy. Well, I heard that what do you call it? YouTube is going to be changing like their what do you call it? Their president just resigned. The president of YouTube just resigned, and maybe they're going to fire some people because one of the things they're going to have a lot of layoffs coming in big tech pretty soon. I follow the market, and the people who are going to be getting laid off are the people who aren't the software developers, to say the least. So if you're a glorified content censor on YouTube and that is your job, as is just glorified full-time content censor, well, I'd hate to have to tell you this. You're probably losing your job because YouTube and all these and Facebook too, all these tech companies, they can't afford your six-figure salary for you to moderate speech. They're finding this out the hard way. Oh, what's up, BK? How you doing today? Wow, we got a celebrity in our midst, people. A real top-notch Brit. I wish I could bait a trap for you, VK, with some Jammy Dodgers and Lipton and see if you'd fall into the box trap that I make. I need a top-notch Brit guy to play games with. You should move. You should totally move. Let's see. So that's it. We're going to get this other guy with his pants, and the problem is these bases are still wet, but we can switch back. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make sure his pants get the color, and I guess he's having black boots today. I'm going to make sure I stay in frame today, too. I actually took the time today like a good boy and made sure that I was kind of focused. I want to have 6 clicks down on my light. You know, it's a formula, and you got to make everything somewhat repeatable. I'm not moving it. I'm not moving to the UK. I'd never make it. I'd be in jail day one. I would be in jail day one. They would throw my ass in the clink so fast it wouldn't even be funny. I'd never, I wouldn't last. I'm not PC enough for the UK. I am not PC enough for the UK. I'd tell somebody to get bollocksed. And some woman would be like, oh my God, you need therapy. Get back and get bollocksed. All right. He's got his pants. Let's see here. He's got a little, they're all going to have red shirts, I guess, so let's just hurry up and dry brush his pants because he is going to get washed, but I need to, like I said, I really need to work through these Ork Nobz really quickly. I kind of want them for tomorrow's game, so let's just see how quickly HD can move through his stuff. I saw that video you did on those Union guys. You've been putting in a lot of work on those Union dudes. So cheers to you on that. I was actually, I wanted to do something different in a little while. I don't know when I'm going to do this. I am going to buy a box of Confederate cavalry and paint those guys up because I want to see what they look like and everything. I'm going to buy the Perry plastics. You know, just to do something different, just to do a one-off and have a little bit of fun. And the Ranger's coming over later on tonight. And we're actually going to work on terrain. I would have gone out of town this weekend knowing that, but I didn't know I was going to get Friday off. But the moment I was done cleaning my house, I should have left. But I talked too much shit about my next game at 40K. And I talked way too much trash to just be like, oh, I'm going to St. George. Bye. So... And then the Ranger said he was coming over, so that kind of cemented me being up here. And now I'm doing this stream for all y'all. So let's see here. What else is next on this guy? I'm going to move on to his shirt real fast. And I'm just going to use Mephiston for the base on his shirt. All right, so let's see here. I'm just going to hurry through this shirt as quickly as possible because, again, I want these guys ready for Sunday's game. Cool thing about Nobz now is that they gave them all of their war gear is at a discount or it's free. They get big choppas for free. And in a goth list, that's actually pretty good. So, free discounted war gear. The Scorches are only 5 points instead of 10. What I don't get is, I found out watching a stream on Dia and James on Friday, on Thursday, is that a unit of... TAC Marines in 30K is literally only 100 points. And I was sitting there thinking, if normal Marines are 100 points, how in the hell are you going to put Orks in that game? What would a unit of Orks be? 20 points? They'd have to be 20 points. Especially with all the radical, crazy advanced crap that these guys get. Oh, cool. You shared my video. Sharing one of my videos is as good as gold. It's like currency in the system. Like, let's say you're in prison. A share is like getting a pack of cigarettes to trade with in prison. You know, I know nothing about Reddit. I have never been to that site. I've only heard bad things about Reddit. Oh, people are threatening you for posting that video? Gosh, dude. What are they going to do? You're on the internet. Oh, it's like, let's pretend that you're in Africa for a second. You're in Africa, and the part of Africa that you're in, they eat dogs, And then, it's like you're like some overprivileged white dude buying up all the dogs in the market so they won't get eaten. And then like there's this one black dude who's all like jacked, like what's his name in the green, like that guy in the Green Mile, and he refuses to sell his stock to you. And he's like, well, if you don't sell me your stock, I'm gonna put you up on social media, and everybody will know that you're a bad person. Wow, bro, you're a bad person. And he's like, what the hell's social media? I think that's about all I can do there. All right, fair enough. We dry out a little bit on those bases. No, not yet. I can't grab the bases of those miniatures just yet. On You've shared it on Facecape. Yeah, that's I guess that's how you get famous now, is that you need people to share your content on Reddit. I guess you guys can always spam the hell out of Reddit with my content. It would be really hilarious to have the Redditors and the Tumblers come after me. And then what? They probably find out where I live, and every time I try to stream, I get DDoS like TFM. So I'm going to switch over to Mephiston real fast, and I'm going to do the copper on this guy real quick, and then we're going to go over to War Boss Green together with these three. But like I said, let's keep this guy moving today, because I need to get these guys done. I need them. I need all the orc stuff. This will actually end all of the orc stuff that I need to do, that I have open. This will end everything. Except for one model, which I'm probably not going to do because I have to strip it or reprime it, and it's way too much of a hassle to do. And the only way that I could do that model is if it was components, so I'm probably going to sell it. Or I'll have it commissioned with the rest of the garbage that I'm going to have commissioned. And I'm not worried about lines. I can always clean metal up, but I am going to really hurry up and get this gold on his gun. Let's see here. Anywhere else I want some gold? Oh, yeah, we'll get a little bit of gold up there on that bullet he's got. Bam. And then we'll do this in gold, too. All right. You're next. We got your bullets and your claw components here. It's a fresh bottle of, what do you call it? Good old-fashioned Retributor. I use it on anything that's copper or gold. I use it on bronze. I'm notorious for using Retributor on my hoplites, which I might actually have a hoplite commission coming up. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I might. I'm not saying that I will. All right. Oh, other side. Good. All right. I don't think I have any other gold bits. All right. This old homeboy. Hurry up and work. Just hurry up and work everything that's going to be gold. Get through this. Hopefully my battery's charged before this one runs out, but I think this should last the entire stream. How long have we been going? We're going 29 minutes strong already. I always make these like the mechanism down here, the engine that runs it. I always just make it gold for some reason. I usually want to work through these things universally, really, really quickly, have a formula for everything. So I've always done claws with the bit right there. I'll grab one of, oh my God, that wash still isn't dry? What the hell? Pieces of shit, man. I barely touched it. Let's see here. Yeah, as you can see, that's gold right there. Just the mechanism that runs the claw itself. So I always have just a universal pattern for doing things. And that way I don't forget it. It kind of becomes habit. And that's how we mitigate the piles of shame, is that you want to paint. You want to paint so much that you already have an idea of how things were done and are done in your head. And I can't tell you how many times that saved me when, like the night before, I need to get a unit done for a tournament. And boom, I get it done and it's ready to go. Yeah, I don't want to show up to your house, Abe. It sounds like you're itching for a fight. You're itching for a. If you're living in Colorado, I think they have decent castle doctrine, which is which is key. Oh, whereas like if you live in California, you're just supposed to. They say you're just supposed to allow them to rob you because it's not really that big of a deal. All right, next color. That. Still paint on this. Let's hurry up and wash that off. One good thing about Retributor is it really does stick to, it sticks to the brown ink very well. And I'm just using a size 3 on all this because, I'm going area by area. It's, Oh, that's even better. So if somebody's robbing your car, you can take a pock shot at them. Or hit them over the head with a pair of nunchucks or something like that. Let's see here. I got this back out because I need to finish this gun a little bit more. I need to get I need to get a second level layer of paint on this real quick. But like repeatable behavior in your hobby is key. Because you want to build it up to be habitual. You really want to be habitual. And so it's like when I'm painting out of habit. I mean, it works for me, I mean, it would probably never work for somebody who tries to win art contests with their painted miniatures. But, I'm not trying to win an art contest. I just want to have everything that I own done so that it's quiet and out of the way. And you work, it's really hard for me to want to start a new project. So adding to an existing army is a hell of a lot easier for me than starting a new project. So that's one of those frugal tips that I can give you. There's excuse me. I've still got I've still got all this congestant from my cold that I've had, that I was last week, where I was all nasally and sick. But working through and everything, you want to choose your armies, and you want to have a formula for each army, and if you have to, you write it down. We're going to move over to Wa Flesh, and we're going to start doing the flesh on these guys. And I'm almost out of Wa Flesh. I'm going to have to make a paint order pretty soon. Okay, so let's work over this guy's arms and fleshy bits here. Oh, I love how much the Wa Flesh, the War Boss green, sorry. This is the color I'm using is War. I love how much it sticks to the ink. But if you should strive to be able to get 5 guys like this done in one sitting. So but before Ranger shows up, these guys are going to be done because I'm not exercising today. I exercised my butt off yesterday at the boxing gym, and on Tuesdays I stopped. I used to go to the gym twice a day on Tuesdays. I'd go in for cardio on the treadmill on Tuesdays and do my stationary climber, and then I would go in and I'd kick the bag 300 times on each leg. That was kind of jacking up the muscles in my calves and tendons in my ankles. So I've decided to dial it back just a little bit to just kicks and punches on Tuesday, no cardio in the morning, which means the moment I leave work, I'm going to kickboxing. I've got the next Holy Diver show completely written, transcribed on what do you call it, on MP3. And if I'm really lucky, I might be able to come home tomorrow after games and film it. And I can't set a premiere. And here's another announcement. So on the weeks where I release the show, I am probably not going to throw out a live stream simply because it diverts analytical attention away from the Holy Divers show. And I want to keep pushing up the viewership duration and the what is it the there's two duration there's two things that I analytically that I want to keep pushing up and keep them more than usual. The amount of time that people watch, and it's the amount of likes that I'm getting. All of that stuff has been more than usual, but they're still pulling subscribers off of my ass. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just so mean and angry and hateful and spiteful out there. Everybody rage unsubscribes, but I've gone from 2860 down to 2820. And then the best part is the number, the arrow, and the analytical arrow still tells me that I have more than usual. I have more subs than usual. But such is life. Hopefully, with the president gone and the tech layoffs, things will get better. Maybe I won't be as suppressed and messed around with. I give it to you, VK. You can work without falling to my level. No swear words. You have nicer stuff than me that people want to look at. That's the key thing. You got to have nice stuff. You got to have nice stuff. I don't have nice stuff. All right, we get that guy there. Pick this ace hole up. I'm not really worried about getting the green on the metal. What I am worried about is not giving you guys enough bang for your buck, So I'm just highlighting the muscular. God, these guys got big arms. I want to have Cali muscle arms. They all got big arms. I want to have big arms. Actually, if I can come back as any other creature, I'd like to be an orc. Mostly for medical reasons. Oh, I lost my arm. Let me stitch it back on with some dental floss. It'll heal in 2 or 3 days. As soon as I do this guy, I'll catch up in chat. more business oriented today, it seems like. That's what it seems like. I've been doing all this business stuff. I've got the writing done. I've started to write another movie review. Oh, John, if you're John F, if you're still in the audience, you can request a movie review, and I'll see what I can do to get it done. The next movie review that's going to come out is The Wolf of Snow Hollow, a 2020 feature. You know, and I got to do a new movie every now and then. The Wolf of Snow Hollow, werewolf movie. See how that pans out. It's going to be a shorter one. I'm writing this because I'm not gonna do a spoiler on it. So my goal for this next one is 9 minutes, no more than 9 minutes. But hopefully I can get it done in 8. You know. All right, boom. Moving along. All right, you, sir. How about before I paint your face, I go in there and I get your mouth real quick. And when you do things, you want to work from the inside out. So going into the orc mouth is probably a good plan. I don't know anything about that. What you guys are talking about. I know there's a guy called Blue State Survivalist that I listen to on YouTube, and he's a Jew that lives in New Jersey, and I watch his channel from time to time and everything. And he talks about laws and gun laws and everything, and about he's a gunsmith. He's a Jewish gunsmith. And that's basically what his channel's about. He lives in New Jersey, and he's in the Orthodox Jew community over there. All right. Let's go to his green. I have not reviewed John Carter. I keep it to horror movies only. Every now and then, back when I still have the channel up, the Grim Creeper Horror Movie Freak Show. I would review an action film or a comic book film like Swamp Thing, The Return of Swamp Thing with what's her name? I think it was Lockhart. That model, Lockhart. I can't remember. Lockhart. Is it Callista? The Return of Swamp Thing?
The Return of Swamp Thing is a 1989 movie directed by Jim Wynorski, starring Heather Locklear.
Heather Locklear, yeah. Oh my God, that was a piece. Heather Locklear, now that's a woman, yeah. So, anything with a monster, but yeah, usually when I do reviews, I keep it to horror simply because that's just kind of it's kind of my go-to, you know. I've always, like, if I could have any job whatsoever, that I would like to be a presenter, like Svengoolie or Joe Bob Briggs or Elvira. That's what that would be my dream job, but that'll never happen. I mean, you have to not only be like really talented, but you know, like Joe Bob was a stand-up comedian / actor, you know, he had a lot of work at the movie channel before he got to cable and everything. But good, they did an okay, what do you call it, Valentine's Day special for the last drive-in. They did Phantom of the Ball, Derek's Revenge, 1989, and he kind of made a point that you know, it's like they booked it as kind of like a sequel. In the fact that they tell you who the killer is, and then it's like, oh honey, we got to go see Phantom of the Ball, Derek's Revenge. You remember the first one, right? Because in the 80s there were so many slasher movies that had come out from Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Madman, Sledgehammer. The Texas, I think they had a couple Texas Chainsaw Massacres, a couple of the what do you call it? I think the sequel to what is that? The Hills Have Eyes came out in the 80s. There were so many slasher films in the 80s, they all just sort of blurred together, and that's how they booked it. It was also the first film appearance of Pauly Shore's, and I actually like, I don't understand the hate for Pauly Shore's. I'm with Joe Bob on that one. But in this movie, he kind of had like a sweet guy role, and he wasn't 100% annoying. And I guess that's why people hate him because one thing about Pauly Shores is he had to be in shape like all the time. He had to like lift weights, and I think he knew how. I think Pauly Shores knew how to box him and Carrot Top because they'd go somewhere and then somebody would want to fight him, and it's like, well, I think Carrot Top had like a 300-pound bench press. Don't quote me on that. I think he had a pretty high bench press because trouble would break out, and you just have to rely on the fact that you could swing harder than the other guy and then run away. So their fitness was always on point. Oh, the wife is dragging you away. I'm sorry, dude. Ah, man, you have to go to shops. Yeah, it's. I understand. Like I don't know what's coming around in March, but I do know that I have a lady friend coming to visit, and I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna have a more fuller plate than I usually have. So I don't know, and that probably will affect the stream schedule just a little bit. The Phantom of the Mall. I wanted to review that when I saw it. I actually saw that movie on Shutter, and I'm like, this is a really good one. I might want to review this one. And then Joe Bob went and presented it, and I was like, well, crap, that's no good. Joe Bob has actually presented a couple of the newer review movies that I've done. But like Madman was so good, I had to present that one, and then I did Critters, and he did Halloween. Joe Bob also did Halloween 4, but that doesn't count. All of the Halloweens have been analyzed to hell. I should really do a Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. I should really strive to get that one in. So you notice I'm not touching the other two. There's really no reason. I can work 3 of these guys a lot easier than I can work 5 at a time. All right, so I'll go back for the other 2. But that's not to say I won't do stuff to them. All right, I am going to get just the littlest amount of ink out for this guy who got done the traditional way. 1, 2. What is skin mark? What is Skinamark? Is that a station? That sounds familiar. Skinamark. Skinmarink. What is that? I don't know. I've never seen it. Never heard of it. And there's a lot of films I haven't watched. I've never made it through The Godfather. I've never watched any of the Die Hard sequels. What's one that's blasphemy? I've never seen Blade Runner. I've still not sat down. Oh, new horror movie on Shutter. I'd have to watch it. No, I haven't. If Shutter does put out some good ones, the last thing I watched on Shutter was The Wolf of Snow Hollow, and like I said, I'm going to review that one. And then I'll probably there's some stuff I've got to download from the other channel and put it up and re-upload it and everything and throw it into the classics playlist, the movie review classics. But some of that stuff doesn't hold up because I initially wanted to be like I can't remember his name now. Movie Mayhem, and he was a good reviewer. Movie Mayhem was a good reviewer because he could do the movie reviews in what do you call it? He could do them in like 4 to 6 minutes, and he would just talk about the movie for 4 to 6 minutes. Me, I'm a little long-winded. I have trouble doing that, and so I want to be able to do the standard movie review in about 9 minutes and get it done that way. Maybe I should have washed it, but who cares? We'll let him sit for a minute. The reason why I chose to go with ink is that it's going to dry a lot faster than wash. That is true. What's up, Andrew? How are you? Let's see. Okay, so no, I have not had a chance to watch that on Shudder, but I do spend like that's the only reason I have an Amazon subscription is for Shudder. But I think I can get Shudder by itself on Roku, so I'm thinking about dropping my Prime subscription on Amazon because there's no reason to give Bezos any more of my money. Screw all that. Okay, I'm going to start weaponry for some of these guys. This guy's going to be the lead. So like this squad right here, you got a knob with a yellow claw. And a yellow banner. He's leading the other unit. And then so this is old Yellow Claw. And then this is his right hand man, Scratch. I just came up with that name today. I can't think of any. I've had a total mental lock on coming up with good orc names. So this is Scratch, his enforcer. I think I'm going to call this guy Butch. Not this one, the one with the red claw. I'm going to call him Butch because calling him Red Claw would just be a little bit too pretentious. That's hilarious. Okay, down we go. I've never heard of Brandon Tenold. What's his channel about? Is he a YouTuber? Gosh, you do not want to fall in line. Fall into compliance, Mr. Shirt. There we go. All right, cool. Collect a little bit of red there. Just the boss knob. Good old boss knob. I do like this guy's claw. It's all big. Oh, okay. All right. This guy's name is Goreclaw, and he's got his right-hand man, Butch. All right, Goreclaw and Butch. And then you got old Yellow Claw and Scratch. There we go. I'm gonna have to write those names down. I'm so tired. I'll probably forget them. Old Goreclaw. There we go. Old Goreclaw. I actually gonna experiment with a different camera angle for a video. I was thinking about putting the camera right here, just kind of behind me, but I want it to look directly at the maybe directly at the wall. I have like I said, I have to tweak. I want to tweak a few things about the presentation so that you kind of have more of a view instead of a top down. I know the view's okay. This works, but I want to have more freedom to whip the figure around with less blur. I don't know. It's just you look for little ways to improve it any way that you can. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I'm going to keep that red. Old Goreclaw. There we go. There we go. We'll just keep that red in there too. All right, cool. So he's a content guy for monster movies and stuff like that, and monster breakdowns. Does he like Mr. H? Like I'd like to see a funny every now and then he'll do something funny. It's I don't watch Mr. H or Acid Glow that much, but sometimes God, I can't remember. One of them got really mad, and his like Cockney came out, and you could tell that he was pissed off, and he kind of like he had a ghetto side. I can't remember which one did that. He got real mad about something, and could have. I think it might have been Mr. H. Mr. H got really mad at something, and he had like a Cockney side, like a UK ghetto side. I can't remember which one did that, but let's see. Moving on, we're going to go to leather on these guys here. And, okay, these are the black pants guys. So one thing I want to do real quick, give this ink a shake, and I just want to get one drop of ink, and I'm just going to blacken up the pants real quick. And I'm going to use one quick drop of water. One for one, nothing special. Because I painted the pants gray. But you can see just what that'll do to the pants themselves. So it's like boom, just touch the pants with that. It's good thing to wash the pants, and then when you re-wash, I don't have to worry about it too much. Boom. If I want to, I can touch up some of the I can touch some of the metal with this stuff right now. You know what okay, I know what I want to work on next. I want to instead of doing leather, I want to well, I'll go to the leather because I pulled it out. Kind of on point today. I think I want to go for 20 knobs. And the reason why I want to go for 20 of them is because one, they're relatively cheap to buy. And two, I don't, you want to have a lot of options because you never know what's going to be the new hotness. You just don't know what they're going to make into the new hotness. And that's the big problem. I do have one open org project, but none of it's built, so I can't call it a project. I have one box of commandos. And I was thinking about painting 20 commandos because, why not? If I need more boys, I have 60 boys. 60 boys on foot. I'll never need more than that. I will never need more than that. Than 60 boys on foot. And if I was going to get any more boys, I might as well get the ones that have all those buffs when they're in terrain and they're +1 to wound because of throat slitters. They're just commandos are pretty boss. And in any of the tournament lists, people are always rocking storm boys or commandos. I have 20 storm boys. I've rebased all my storm boys. I have Zadstruck. I never use them. There's always going to be an element of your collection that you never use, but that's okay. That's why you collect. That's why you only collect one army or two armies for a game like 40K, because it's expensive, and two, you'll never be able to chase the meta enough. All right, so just play two armies, pick two armies that you like the most, and play those armies. Because opening up a new project every single time to chase after just a cheeky win, it isn't worth it. It isn't worth the headache that you get. Okay, what is up, Sleepless Painter? Yeah, well, I'm glad you came, dude. The more the merrier. We've had a lot of people in. We had a celebrity VK drop by, and that we've had Shadow and Sword. We had some other content creators here, So everyone's always welcomed on these streams, but I'm glad you're here. One of the as soon as I get another Patreon exclusive, I will be releasing one of the videos on Patreon and making that public. So as far as which one, I don't know yet. I moved unfortunately with the way things are on YouTube is that I get ratioed, and I get ratioed really badly. So what I've done to keep from getting ratioed is I'm doing the live streams because only a certain amount of people are watching those, and they're coming, and I've got a higher view duration with the live streams. So that arrow's gone up into the green, and it's more than average. Number two, I'm getting 100% likes on the live streams because there aren't a lot of people that want to watch me live, so they'll gloss over it, and I'll have better analytics. The problem with the battle reports is that I have very low engagement. None of my battle reports are like when I release a battle report, I can understand if I was getting like 127 likes within 15 hours. Like I'm jealous of this Australian dude, Rogue Element. Yeah, all he does is 6th edition fantasy battle reports, but he's getting 100% analytics on them, and they're coming in very strong. So I release something, I'm getting 5 minutes of watch time, and then I'm getting ratioed. And then let's say I released the Battle of Marathon, and what brought me to this was the Battle of Marathon. I've seen 41 likes stripped off of that video. Not to mention I've had comments removed off of that video. And that was like the perfect video for historics. I mean, despite the fact that it got 1,100 views, I'm very thankful for that. And it's got a high view ratio. It's been ratioed. And so one of the things that I've done is okay, I've moved all the battle reports onto Patreon. I mean, just bear with me here. So when they go and let's say I get only 3 views, all right, that's still in the 100% range. And the 3 people that watched, well, they watched to the end. So it's got 100%, 100%, and 100% in those 3 categories: the likes, the views, and the comments. All of that. So yeah, just with the way the algorithm messes with you, I've kind of changed what I did after Marathon and set up this format where I'm going to stream almost every single Saturday, and then I'm going to make sure that I release the Holy Diver show monthly, and then I do a movie review. Movie reviews, I have a small group of fans that watch those movie reviews, and they're getting 100% on their analytics. And that's what I'm looking for in terms of like, I've got to protect my analytics to keep them at 100%. So let me see here. I'll catch up with you. Yeah, I feel like it's on how to overcome for making terrain. Well, they make a lot of pre-made terrain now. I would just go to GameMat EU and find whatever it is you like. But you know, I wish they still made modular hills in the from Citadel. That's a kit that I miss a lot. And then you know, just don't be afraid to hit up some of these 3D printers and just make the terrain there. You know, terrain can be done really easily. Well, it's a building and it's gray. Um, you know, I haven't made a lot of terrain myself. You know, I have a couple of videos where I showed off my new table. I'll have to link that in the description below. But I have some terrain making videos that I've done in the past that maybe would help you in the right direction. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed Marathon. That's why I made Marathon. I want to make big epic battle reports, but the problem is just you're getting when you're being ratioed and censored into oblivion for what wrong think I guess I don't know for not being the typical YouTube garbage that's safe for kids, and that's another thing. None of my videos are marked safe for kids. They want videos that are safe for kids and safe for all ages. And I'm just like, what are we, Mormon and dying? Is that how all the content has to be? But yeah, the next bat rep will be Thermopylae, but I think it's going to be an exclusive for a little while until the next battle like Platea. When we do Platea, that one will come out. And this is just me trying to sell myself even more to the current audience that I have. All right, I have a built-in audience. I have a group of fans that like me, and so why don't I just sell myself a little bit more to them? And you know, maybe I can build up my patronage and go that route, because I know I'm not at this point. I'm not being allowed to grow. That I've lost 40 subs over the last couple months. It used to be you lose. I was losing. That stopped though since I've turned my analytics around. Instead of losing 10 subs every video, I'm losing 7. Hold on. I can actually check it. Hold on. Let me see. Let's go over to me for a minute. I can actually check it. Manage videos. Let's see. Analytics. All right. So, okay. So views, 4.4K, about the same as usual. It's got a green check mark, which is good. Watch time, more than usual, which has got a what do you call it? A green arrow next to it. So everything is more than usual in those. But subscribers, I'm down 11. So I've gone down from 2,060 down to 2,828. That's okay. And then let's see. We'll just go to content. What's popular? Videos. Sorry. Kings of War battle report for some reason is popular. It's the Northern Alliance battle that I did in Tennessee. The Kings of War bat reps are kind of those two are popular right now. And then the Holy Diver show rumors and updates video, the one I did before Henry Cavill, and this changes all the time. Below typical. Right now, people are watching the Intruder review. I'll take that. And then let's see here. We got anything in spikes? People are watching How to Paint an Orc War Boss, and they're also watching the Female Prisoner video. And it changes daily. My top videos are, oh, the Henry Cavill one's on top, so that's actually pretty good. So if you haven't given the Henry Cavill video a watch, you know, you can get out there and watch that. But just, oh, and the Hoplite reviews are always popular, and this one Hail Caesar Battle Report mega game that I made is still really popular. I think I disabled the comments on that because I got tired of I got tired of just. There are a couple of videos that are just disabled comments on because I got sick and tired of them. Just you have an obligatory comment from some dude who isn't subscribed, but you know it's not that I don't want to talk to him, but it's just it's just where we're at, But inks are massively underappreciated. I use inks all the time now. Yeah. Contrasts, everyone's using the contrasts. I would do the Kings of War battle reports, but the problem is there's no one near me that plays anymore. Nobody plays the game. Oh my goodness, JVC Paint showed up. Genki Kai Muchi Buddha. The problem with Kings of War is that nobody's playing and that there's no general interest in my group. Maybe I could get the Ranger to take an interest into it. But, so what's going to fill in the Kings of War battle report slot is going to be Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. So doing the Conquest videos and everything, I think that'll fill in the spot. I would like to play Kings of War. I have my Goblins still for that reason. But, just the general message out on the streets is I'm not massively well liked like I used to be. It's 50-50. There's a 50% of the players, and it might even be higher. When 60% of the people who play Kings of War hate you, and they hate the battle reports that you make. And the other Ohio is how they say it. Kohi ga hitsuyo desu ka? See, I know a little bit. I might even go get my book. But I don't have time for that because I'm going to have to change the battery. But 60% of the Kings of War audience, they either hate me, and then it might be 50-50 still. I have not tried Saga. It's just with everything that I can do, I can only do so much, and I do have to kind of follow the whims of my generic group. And getting them to try Saga, that would just be, a bridge too far. These guys, they're set in their ways. So, there's like a 50-50 split on Kings of War. If maybe I'll have to set up some kind of thing where it's like if people don't mind traveling, I'll play Kings of War with them and then I'll make a battle report of it or something like that. And that can be kind of like a package or something like that. You come over, there's a hotel that's usually vacant that's not too far away, and I think the whole stay for the week is about $375 or something like. I don't know. I think it might be less than that, but like a whole 7 days, But then I have to go to work, so it's best you come in on the weekends. But I would like to play Kings of War. It's just that there's no interest in my group and nobody's playing. Everything is Age of Sigmar. Everything is 40K, and after that it's bolt action. Now, would I want to play bolt action? Yeah. But it's all a time thing, The Ranger said he can only come out about 8 times this year, I hope it's more than that, but we'll see. So let's just kind of keep things moving as best I can. That is so cool. What Imananji desu ka? That was to JVC. I want to know what time it is out there. I hope he didn't wake up too terribly early to see me on one live stream. I'm flattered though, to say the least. Oh, congratulations on your 1,000 subs, buddy. Congratulations there. Very happy for you. I've got to catch up on your stuff too. Mr. Dynamite, maybe make an event out of it since it's 50-50. I would do a Kings of War event, but I don't think anyone would show up. I really don't think I don't think that my name in the community is what it used to be. I don't think enough people would show up to play a Kings of War tournament ran by yours truly. All right. Let's stay in frame, Big J. Stay in frame. We'll do his boots leather real fast. Oh, gosh. That would be... Would that be Goju Ni? Goju Ni des? I've actually mastered my counting up to 30. And then I gotta remember that they use counters for futari is for people. And then they use counters, and that's the hard thing in Japan. And it's Sunday. It's already Sunday. Kyo wa nayobi desu ka? It's one day away from Getsuyobi. Oh my god. Yeah, I like I said, I'd really have to think about the event and everything like that. Like if Gatekeeper Kong were to become a thing, I'd really have to think about like what would people come out for, because I mean, I could probably get the I can probably book out the gym at my local Catholic church, because my sister does a lot of work for the PTA at the St. Vincent's de Paul parish and everything, because her kids go to that school, and so I could probably get the church gymnasium for an event. But I just like I don't know what kind of games people would want to play. Would we do a giant Hail Caesar game? What's going on with that? Oh, what's up, DM James? How are you doing? Glad to have you in the stream today. God, lot of friends coming out today. Always makes me happy. That always makes me happy. Haven't lost the battery yet, but I should go and get the replacement real quick. Where are we at on time? We're doing good. I actually got a little bit of work done on these guys. Now for the teeth, what I am going to do is I am just going to brush the leather onto the teeth, and I use that as a base for my teeth. All right. Let's see here. Boom. All right, hold on 1 second, gentlemen, and one of my chargers is busted. Uh-oh. Well, I learned a valuable lesson today. One of my chargers is busted, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. It's Goju-ni. All right, I was right. Hell yeah. Oh God, Nihongo Muzukashii. It's so hard. It's so freaking hard. You really have to sit down and drill more than I already do for that language. Cup no Kohi. I've been watching Tashiwa Ashita no Jo Miteru desu. That's what I've been watching. He looks proper orky. Yeah, these are the knobs. They all got to be buff. They're some of my favorite. These guys are some of my favorite models. It's just the problem is They give this kit away for pennies on the dollar with like everything, and then they make them one of the worst units in the game. Now they're finally cheap. They're finally cheap enough to use, and I mean, if you asked me how would I fix this unit, how would I make this unit like work and everything, uh, across the board, so that like even if because every orc, anybody who's ever played orcs ever has a unit of knobs. They all have a unit of knobs. Excuse me. Of course. Let me go back into my OBS real quick, gentlemen. Okay. All right, we're rolling. Anybody who has a unit of knobs, what do you call it? So what I do to make this unit work is that I would just make it so that knobs take half damage. So let's say they take 3. I would give them 3. I would give them all 3 wounds, and if they take 3 wounds, they take 1 wound. They just take half damage, rounding down. That would be one thing that you could do. That way the unit itself would be a little bit more durable. Okay, JVC, what games would you travel to play? I don't want to rule out a giant Hail Caesar battle of Imperial Romans versus barbarians. I don't want to. I wouldn't rule that out. I think people might show up for that, but like, as far as like a Kings of War tournament, I just don't think I have the weight to get butts in the seats for that. That is one thing there. I don't think I have enough weight to get the butts in the seats. Am I looking? Well, no. Okay, so I would recon in Japan. I don't think I could live there. I think it's a very clean and neat country, and I don't think I would make it. I think like I can picture myself in a train station. Eki is what they're called. Train station is called Eki. And let's say I sneeze over my left shoulder at 2 p.m. and somehow that offends the emperor, and my punishment is 30 canings, and then some what do you call it? Kensaka-kan, Kaisaku-kan, I think, his police officer, shows up, and it's a chick, and I tear off all her clothes, and then I before I know it, I have like 5 stars on my rating, and they're rolling up tanks on me, but my punishment, and I'm trying to avoid 30 canings. I don't know. Um, Becoming a passport bro, I don't know how I would support. I mean, I think I could do farm work in Japan. I really do think I could do farm work, clean shit out of stables, dig holes for irrigation and stuff like that. I can't operate heavy machinery, but I don't know. I wanted to uh, what Yamafuji ga ikimashita. I want to go. I want to see Mount Fuji and some of the Bullsheen war museums would be a real treat. Some of those museums around Edo and everything. But that means I'd have to go to Tokyo. I don't want to go to Tokyo. That's too scary. Bolt actions, ancients, painting competition. All right, all right. I'll have to remember that. Have you seen Hajime no Ippo? I have not. I know that Hajime is also a name, but it means to begin. Hajimeru is the verb, and that's a very popular name. As a matter of fact, one of the samurai during the Bolshin Wars, who was a leader of the Shinsengumi, was Hajime Saito. And the cool thing is that if you ever watch MXC, whenever somebody wore like a samurai, which is Takashi's Castle, If you ever watch Takashi's Castle, whenever somebody came out in samurai dress, they would always wear the blue and the white of the Shinsengumi. And this is way before Roni Kenshin. I think Roni Kenshin came around in the 80s, but they were a pretty popular group of samurai. Everybody liked Akita Soji because they said he was handsome. I don't see it. With that bald split, with that haircut of his, it was just split like a V. I don't see it. All right, I see where it is there, and get a little brush. Do a little bit more leather. Yeah, that's what I've okay, so yeah, I could definitely do landscaping, but that I have not ruled that possibility out. And then doing farm work is easy. You told me that the average age of the farmer is really old in Japan, so there is that, but I haven't like officially thinking about a real move. Oh God, that's real life-changing event right there. The Shinsengumi were a hard as nails unit, and that was a really weird war. You basically had a civil war where half of the samurai thought that the emperor should lead, and the other half thought it was the job of the shogunate. It was literally the job of the Tokugawa shogunate to lead, and they had a war on who should on because the whole reason the shogunate existed is because the day to day of ruling the country was considered to be beneath the emperor. But meeting a nice Japanese girl would kind of be a bonus. I don't think that their women would like me very much because I probably sound like a caveman. But living somewhere and proving that you could learn a different language, learn how to read, speak, and write a different language is a skill that I wouldn't mind putting in my tool belt just to see if I could do it. Just to see if I could do it for a year or two. That would be awesome. That's the real test to go somewhere, and just see if you can actually do it. You get 25. I mean, that's amazing. And you're just a Canadian bloke. It's just like, I'm moving to Japan. Canada sucks. I'm out. I'm never moving back. And then you have friends telling you never to move back. I mean, I'm glad it worked out for you. The whole reason I should have chosen to learn Chinese. I would have had more help. My friend Bo is fluent in Mandarin, and he understands though. He's like, yeah, the Japanese just have way better movies, and he even agrees with me that Sanjuro was just so freaking cool, you know. What's funny is that when we watch the bouts between Thailand and Japan for kickboxing on one championships, Asian hate is a real thing. You ever watch Family Guy and they and God rolls out the Asian? He's like, I present to you the Asian. fierce, massively efficient, highly intelligent. What do they eat? Rice. And there's 7 different types, and for some reason they all hate one another. The hate between the Thais and the Japanese is just, it's so fierce when in the kickboxing circuit. Is because the Japanese guys, they all talk shit that they're throwing down with the Thais and they're not using the elbows. They're using kickboxing rules. I've seen a lot of one championship fights involving Rod Tang and Nong O. Not to mention Buakaw. He won a lot of contemporary K1 matches and pissed a lot of people off that day he won. Because he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was filling. I've never read the novel Musashi. Watashi wa yonde gorin no sho this. I have read the Five Rings. I have read the Five Rings. I have to go in and get all these out. That's very nice of you to wake up at 5 a.m. to see me. A lot of people have turned out today. I'm very flattered and thankful. All right, got it. Just keep one red. That's fine. That's fine. We're looking up. Let's get a little bit of tooth done. He's got a tooth right there. Get his nails done real quick. I am happy with how fast I gotten on these 3 guys. All right. All right. We can actually move on from the leather. That in reserve there. Last thing I'm going to do before the stream ends is I'm going to work their totems. So all the knobs for the most part got totems that they're on, except for this guy. He's got just a thing on his back, a plate, and you know, maybe that plate protects him from. I didn't build this guy, but you know, he's got the big choppa sitting there, so that's just fine. So what I'm going to do is, what's up, Blinky? I'm gonna work the totems. So the first thing. One of these totems is going to be red, so I'm going to pull out my fist on real quick. Let me pull out my fist on. His totem's going to just be red real fast. And if I have to, I'll ink it, but I don't think I will. I'm just going to really throw a layer of my fist on there. Really quickly go for it, you know. Sachet has joined the chat. Everybody's here today. I didn't have a lot of words in this one, and everyone showed up. I thought last week's stream was really awesome. Really good conversation in that one. You know, I did more talking than painting. You see, my ass is lazy. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. Nobody wants to work. But I can live with that. Let's see. We'll keep. So this guy's totem, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it. What color should I do it? All right. I got it. The other one will be red. That one can be... I know exactly what I'm going to do. Come on. I'm gonna make this one orange, so I'm gonna take a lot of Wild Rider red. And the reason why I mixed it with the Mephiston is because the Mephiston is where the pigment is. You know, so that's gonna just make it stick to, see how orange that got all of a sudden from black? All right, just boom. Just in a couple of strokes. I don't mind a couple of these being orange. I think orange is a good color. It's underused, but I wanted to just get that done really quick. So I got a lot of this orange out. I think that's a good color. Too many of these are already red and yellow and black. So what? And this guy, he's got a squig on there. So this one, it's going to be orange too, because I've already got 2 yellow ones. So why not have 2 orange ones just real fast? All right, and that's called making a pimp decision. It's called making a pimp decision. I like orange, so therefore it's going to be orange. My autism rears its ugly head again. Gotcha. Go right back to painting Conquest. Get some Greeks done that DM James gave me, and then I don't know how many. I am going to paint at least 24 of them. I'm going to endeavor to get 24 of those phalangites done. I don't want to fill up the year too much with big projects. I'm just going to do things on a box-to-box basis. So no more than a group of 24. No more than a group of 5. And then, like I said, if I do something really big for 40K, I'm going to do it for a commission. I'll put it out to a commission artist. I don't care about the price increases. What's his name? So my next video will deal with Discourse Miniatures and how he's always bitching about GW prices and everything. I really don't care how much the GW stuff costs. 1, I buy a lot of stuff on eBay, and 2, I don't buy that much. If they want to raise the price, that's fine. You know, they're a company looking to make a profit. And, you know, it's like, if you don't like the prices, you know, go, just leave. Leave the hobby. You will not be missed. And, you know, it's just like, really, you're going to complain about the prices, yet you want, I mean, if you hate the company GW so much because they're making profits or whatever, or the prices, you don't have to play, you don't have to participate. Close your wallet. You know, nobody is forcing you to buy GW product at all, even in the slightest. Nobody's forcing you to buy anything. So when it comes to like price and everything, it's just like, 1, how much do you need to buy for this game? 2, you are completely 100% in control, you know, whether or not this comes out of your pants. You know, I got it right here. I just closed it. It's going back in my pocket. Nothing special, you know. You know, I mean, and then you have the people that, you know, he's going to start Dark Eldar. DM James is going to start Dark Eldar. Like I said, I chose 2 armies. I'm done with my GW 40K expansion. Like, I'm only going to add to Orks, and I'm only going to add to Iron Warriors. And then I'm going to have my 30K stuff. You know, so and when it comes to fantasy, if they release the old world, I'm going to buy it. And I'm just going to suck it up and buy it. You know, it's like, if you really want to play 40K, just play the game for what it is. But if you're trying to meta chase, you're going to go broke. You're really just going to go broke at the end of the day. I mean, this is a huge subject matter. I mean, it's just like, you already got everybody's 3D printers going burr. And if you want to, you know, and how hard is it to buy a painted army on eBay for 40K? It's not that hard. If you sit and you spend a month Let's say you spend 3 months looking for an army. You're guaranteed to find something that you like. Play it and enjoy it. This is a hobby for enjoyment, Um, let's see. So you just play it and enjoy it, but it should not be running your life. And I do make a comment where, like, if spending money, if buying GW product is putting you into the poorhouse and you really can't help yourself, throw yourself in front of traffic, throw yourself down a well. You and your autism will not be missed. It should be something that you enjoy doing, but it shouldn't dominate your life because you lost a game. I lose games in 40K very habitually because my friends are better, more well-adjusted adults than me, and they just kind of get it a little bit more than I do. 20 years of 40K, and I only understand one thing: Orc Smash. I haven't changed, but I mean, you could go the route Commissar Gamza did. 3D print your shit, and then you can't play in official GW tournaments, and you can't play in stores. You can still play at LVO. Nobody's going to care that you 3D printed your army at LVO. So I mean, with that said, I mean, it's just like their prices are going to be what are going to be what you're willing to pay for it. And GW has proven that you are willing to pay, that you will pay $60 for one model. Gazcool was $60 when he came out. He's probably going to be $75 by the end of the year. They've already proven that you'll pay any price. I mean, this is not Magic the Gathering. If you want a hobby on the cheap, my suggestion to you is just paint Reaper miniatures. If you want a cheap version of the hobby, get into Reaper miniatures. Let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, I'm not saying this to berate you, or anything like that. I just... Okay, going down, going down. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lock Ajos. I'm not saying it to be mean or anything. It's just that they're going to charge whatever they think they can get away with, and that's business. I just. I don't run the big shoot. I don't run a lot of big shooters and special weapons. I preferably, like, when I run boys now, ultimate. I just run them with the Slugga Choppa combo so that I have all the attacks if I make combat. I'll do another eBay seller one. Yeah, I should. That's one that I haven't talked about on the Holy Diver show. That's definitely something that I could do, is talk about eBay sellers again. But I thought that UK one was pretty funny. I live in the UK. I have an eBay shop, and this model will cost you $20 to ship. No less than that. And it's just like this one guy, But yeah, I don't blame him now, considering how much it costs to send a T-shirt in a bag. Yeah, I get the shipping right now, 100%. I've never played Orks versus Ork. Oh, I have. Yeah, my friend, he won because I couldn't blast his commandos off of the objective. Yeah. Yeah, that is a silver lining. If you increase the price, people will be priced out and they can't buy new shit and they'll have to make do with what they got. And that's the problem. We fostered an environment across the spectrum over the last 30 years to be, I want it now, consume, consume, consume. Like in that movie with, what is it called? They live, he puts on the glasses. It says reproduce, consume, reproduce, consume. They fostered an environment where it is trendy to consume product, whatever it is, and they've infiltrated male niche hobbies, and they made being a nerd cool, and being a nerd should not be cool at all. Excuse me. Yeah, if you want, and if you do want a cheaper, more profitable way of hobbying, I absolutely agree with you. Get into historicals. I have 377 Macedonian models. All right, and I value that army at about $16 a model. So let's see what that is. If I wanted to sell my Macedonians right now, that's 6,000 bucks, and I think I might actually get it. Those of you on Patreon who have seen the showcase, if some of you are still in here who have seen the showcase for the Macedonians, I value that model. I value the models in my Macedonian army at roughly $16 a model. That's $6,032. I would probably get that from an eccentric collector. I would literally probably get that from a collector. Not to mention, like, so if you wanted to sell, and start something else, there are more. You're more likely to sell a historical army than you are a 40K army because everybody has I'm particular itis when it comes to picking a 40K army. And you've got the one kid. I don't like that shade of blue. Ultramarines are a light azul from the Vallejo range. They've got everyone's got their quirks about what a 40K army should look like. Whereas if up to me, if I see something that I really, really like and absolutely have to have, I have the money to buy it because I don't spend my money on stupid shit, you know? Well, I'm glad you're fine with your armies, Lacos. It's just it's a weird subject. I'll tell you, buddy. Prices and armies and Games Workshop. It's a weird subject. Aesthetics is another weird subject too. What like some people would say that my orc army looks like trash. I'm like, okay. I mean, at least mine's painted, and and there's some big Buddha belly guys who hang out in that in that game store who do commission painting, and they're like part of the low tier trash of the ecology of that dungeon. There's an ecology in every single game store that you go to. That could be a good subject matter. Yeah, Middle Earth is a good game, and the models for that do sell when you want to get out of it, you know, and they're reasonably priced, and you can get in and you can get out with that game, and I don't fault you there at all. So I have a collection that I've never touched ever since painting it. And I kind of feel bad. I mean, and if I wanted to, I could probably sell it. I could sell them. I would sell them both together as a full set, everything ready to play. What is historical FTW? I don't know what that is. On the epic ranges, I saw that Miller. I have to watch Miller's video about that. Epic Pike and Shot. That's going to be a thing. Who knows? They'll probably do Epic Hail Caesar. That would be a really big thing too. Me, I still want to do Epic ACW or something like that, or Epic Napoleonics. But like I said earlier in the video, I was thinking about painting some Confederate cavalry. So that's one thing that I'd like to do. Yes, I free-handed that. Let me get it real quick. Okay. So I don't. What I did when I did the Stompa and everything is I drew the generic shape with a pencil, all right, and then I used Codex Gray to fill it in and everything, and then I used the black as an eraser, and I kept messing around with it until I had it to where I wanted it. So it really wasn't that hard to do. Down here towards the jaw, making the jaw look right. on the Crimson Ghost was probably the hardest part of that process. And then I also had it on a couple of models that I did for Adepticon in 2015. One thing I did was I sold that entire set of 7 Raw Parth. I think it was Lord Soth, 3 heroes. It must have been 7 models on a little diorama. I sold that for $350. And there was this fat chubby kid. Is that the only thing you know how to freehand? I'm like, fuck you, you fat piece of shit, you welfare sponge. Yeah, I got the Misfits poster that used to be behind me on the other side of the wall now. I'm probably gonna have to move it because I'm getting another bookshelf pretty soon. I still have to figure out how I'm going to decorate this room a little bit more, but there's only 730 hours in a week, am I right, folks? You know, and so there, let's keep working. We'll leave the chat open for another 10 minutes. It looks like we're doing a 2-hour video today. I got more vocal at the end of the video, So let's grab another guy. Let's kind of try to take him to finished. And one thing I'm going to need is I'm going to need a little red ink. Just a touch. Touch of red. Let's try to finish one guy here on stream. Get a quarter of the work done. Get 20% of the work done. Welfare sponge. That guy is a welfare sponge. His daddy owns the game store. Kid's a complete loser. He's 31 years old and he's never had a job that's given him health insurance. Yeah, you're a real winner, dude. You're a real winner. Yeah, you certainly showed me. 31 years old and you've never had health insurance. You've never worked a job that's given you insurance. Yeah. Anata wata temo kashkoi, bakada. Frickin' A, man. I gotta get about. Okay, so one thing I need for my army right now, as it stands, I do need more Gretchen. I only have 10 Gretchen. I don't usually run Gretchen, simply because I haven't had a reason to. Now with my Mega Knobs, I could see the reason for running 3 giant units of 30 Gretchen, just so that I could pawn the shooting off onto them a little bit more, and then that does help just a little bit. I'm a Danzig fan. I will admit to that. I do like me some Misfits. I don't mind what's his name era Misfits either. I really like that era of the Misfits with Doyle and Jerry Only and what's his name? Oh, it is Jerry Only. He's the singer. No, he's not the singer. It's God. Now I'm having a brain aneurysm trying to remember the singer after Danzig. All right. A little bit of leather cleanup. Tooth and bone. Let's finish his metal. Make sure we get the clean lines on the metal. Yeah, I like that era too of the Misfits. I was age appropriate when they dropped their first album in '96. I was like 13 years old. That was a big deal. Oh, Graves. What's his name? Graves. I just saw it in chat. Is it Michael Graves? I think it's Michael Graves from the Misfits, and he was the singer. Yeah, I don't mind Michael Graves. I didn't know there were manga cafes in Japan. I don't know a lot about the country. I just know a lot about the cultural exports of the country. Like I said, I'm a fan of old samurai movies. I used to watch anime back in the 90s, during the bubblegum crisis era. The shonen, I would call it the shonen era because what they did, um, there's not a clunker on American Psycho. It's all good. Yeah, it is Michael Graves. I was right. uh, I would call it the shonen era because the first 5 shows to come over they did Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z. So those are number 1 and 2. Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm a huge fan of Yu Yu Hakusho. I like that one. And then Inuyasha, and I can't remember the fifth show. The fifth show that came over that was in the top. They sent over their first top 5 shows. I don't remember what the fifth show was. It could have been. What do you call it? It might have been Rama one half. It could have been one of those offerings by that same artist, Rumiko Takakashi. But don't quote me on that. They sent over their top 20 shows, and they were all the shonens. Or it could have been that Case Closed show. I don't know. One Piece would come later. I've never watched an episode of One Piece, so you can take that with a grain of salt. Robotech, that's the one. Those were probably their top 5. Then there was Voltron. I remember Voltron being on when I was young. I loved Voltron. Yeah, I've been watching some proto anime. Ashita no Joe. That's a really good one. I wish they did an English translation for that. Tomorrow's Joe, the boxing one. Ashita no Joe. That also reminds me of a very famous Japanese song. Ashita ga aru, sasu ga aru, wakai boku wa yume ga aru. Itsukakiko, Itsukakiko, wakate kuramuraro. And that's the same guy who did the song Sukiyaki. And that's what's his name? Kyo Sakamoto. Ongaku do Kyo Sakamoto Daisuki desu ka. Very famous guy. You can smoke. Oh yeah, it's one of the last places you can smoke and veg out. That's cool. Manga cafes. Probably never gonna see it in my lifetime though. I might thank COVID for that. Just keep going until this guy's finished. I've heard of Jinro. I think that one was directed by Mamoto Oshii, so that's one I could watch. I do like Mamoto Oshii. The Wolf Brigade. Yeah, you could I think that one's free on Amazon right now. I wouldn't know what's popular in Japan. I'll go off with my source there that Demon Slayer is popular. Okay. If I was a little more diligent, I would try to translate more songs that I know in Japanese so I could learn more verbs. That language is tricky. That language is tricky. Bone and leather. They had sumo at FitCon where I lived. That was a weird one. Let's see. Just a little bit of a touch up. And I still don't have all the red on this guy's shirt. Oh, man. How annoying. One until the job is done. Almost there. One. Boom. All right. It's really starting to piss me off. Because then I see where all I messed up. So it's like, I'm in the phase of cleaning up my lines. Sumo isn't something I know a lot about. Oh, you're supposed to paint your orcs black instead of green because orcs are black? That's the biggest crock of shit I ever heard. Oh my god. How many straws are these people gonna... You know what? I don't even know where to go with that. Somebody told me I was racist I was being racist because I'm an orc player. I just stand up and reach across the table and punch them in the face. And I go to jail. I have no record. So two, so I'm only going to do as much time as he can afford to buy the lawyer. And then I'm going to get a slap on the wrist anyway. But yeah, just that's a whole new level of bullshit there with that one. Just like, oh, orcs are racist. They're an allegory for black people. Just and the new one is goblins are an allegory for they're an allegory for Jews apparently. Goblins are an allegory for Jews. Like I said, the sooner we wake up in the Western world and American money doesn't work anymore and the monetary system goes to shit, the better off we'll be. The 100% better off that we'll just be. Because I'm tired of this shit. We actually need a starving time to rid the stupidity out of us. That's what you have to think about. Oh, goblins have hook noses and they're after the gold. God. Little green and we're all done and we can wash them. Yeah, and it's just more proof that IQs have plummeted so far that I mean I don't know where the bottom is. I can't tell you where the bottom is. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's I mean down. I got no words. I got no words, gentlemen. No words to describe the anger and WTF feelings that are coming into my head with that one. Orcs are racist. Everything's racist. Black people are racist towards other black people. The Memphis incident was proof of that. Five black Memphis cops went all Rodney King on some other black dude. It's funny how quickly that disappeared. They're not talking about that anymore. I guess some white dude shot up some black people somewhere else. I don't care. They're all fools. I just want to paint my miniatures. I want to play a good game, hang out with my people on stream, and do this thing that people can't do anymore. Relax a little. I came home from work. I just wanted to relax a little, so I turned on my Xbox. My wife tells me she thinks that I play too. She saw on Oprah today that she thinks I play too much Xbox. And I'm like, the fuck do you mean? This is just how I relax. Well, I saw on Oprah today that men who play Xbox, they don't love their wives, and you just literally that's where we're at. Motherfucking bitch, fuck Oprah. I don't give a fuck. Oprah ain't got no man. You better worry about your motherfucking self. Oh, it seems like you have an anger problem. You should probably have that checked out. Bitch, call the police now. That's my mom entirely. I think that you have an anger problem. I want you to see. You know what's funny about my mom? She's constantly like, it seems like she has endless amounts of money that she's a typical boomer mom. She has endless amounts of money that you can spend on my mental health and well-being. But it's funny how quickly that wallet closes when I ask for a little something extra for my stock portfolio. Anyway, this guy's done. And we'll leave it up for we'll leave the chat up for as long as I can watch them. Does anybody have anything they'd like to ask me on my way out? It's a very long stream today. I appreciate everybody who showed up. Each and every one of you. Thank you for getting up early. Arigato. And seeing me on stream here. I have not seen that Lego movie, but that sounds interesting. So the last thing we do once these guys are done is we take our strong tone and we throw the strong tone over them. And it's cool that I was able to actually finish one in stream here. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's face it, I'll need 12. 12 drops for one knob. You didn't de-evolve anything. Yeah, nothing's. And we just come here to talk and hang out. How hard is that? Isn't that just what we are mostly? Guys who like wargaming and painting models, just coming to hang out. That's all we are. We're just guys who like wargaming and hanging out. There's nothing special going on here. It's not a conspiracy. There's no glass ceiling. I'm going to paint some models. We're all just going to hang out. And some of us are just Americans. You got the UK guys who come in for the stream. Everybody was here today. I can't believe it. I'm very flattered. Like I say, I get up in the morning, I knock on some wood, and I say, I'm blessed. Let's do this. And I'm not going to be shy with the wash. Don't be shy with the wash. Just get that on there. Oh, camera just cut out. That's great. I didn't have enough battery power for the whole stream. Anyway, that's about where we're going to call it. But let's do this. Shake it off into the trash can. And we're going to have to call it there. Thank you for each and every one of you showing up. It was good to see you, JVC, VK, DM James. Say hi to Hungar for me. Anyway, as you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, and subscribe. But until I see you again, keep fighting. Definitely keep painting. Mitigate that pile of shame and stay metal, my friends. Peace out.